Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is 3KO Games here. The Morlovia seasonal summon is back and the brand new Sanguine summon is here as well. Happy October, happy Halloween season. Tons of new mechanics and heroes to look at, so let's just jump in. First of all, the Sanguine summon is expensive. 3,900 gems for a 10x. The appearance rates are 1.9% for a legendary hero, 0.6% chance to get a legendary featured hero. These featured heroes are excellent. They're guaranteed to be fully ascended. I don't know if that means fully leveled or not. Does that just mean 4-1? Does that mean 480? Does that mean 590? I don't know. If you've been lucky enough to get one already, let me know down below in the comments. The legendary heroes featured that are in this portal that are not featured are pretty good. We've got the Morlovia family heroes in here anyway. And then we've got, costumes for Super Elemental. We've got fawns. We've got old Morlovia. More fawns, Von Rothbar, Gastile. These are pretty highly sought after characters yet. So that definitely makes it worth it. If you go into Morlovia, the seasonal summon, those appearance rates are 0.3% chance to get a Morlovia legendary that's not featured, 1.3% chance to get a featured hero. So that's pretty good. And a 0.9% chance to get a legendary classic hero. So you're just going to get season 1. Okay. So, of course, this is a lot cheaper. 2,600 gems for a 10x. And you can use, of course, your Epic Hero tokens. Since the Morlovia heroes are also in the Sanguine summon, let's go back here and just dig into these heroes. There are a lot of them. Let's see how quickly I can go. The first one is a Guillemette. She is a 5-star yellow paladin. Love this kind of wallpaper and the steel ivy in the corners. It's a cool looking card. She's a cool looking hero with horns and jewels tying the horns together and coming together in her forehead. She's got a big helmet in her hands. I don't know how she gets that helmet on over her horns, but she looks pretty awesome. 1244 team power, 1328 attack, 1215 defense, 2249 on health. If you double limit break her, she gets an ailment immunity ether talent, which is very good. And then let's take a look at this Fleur de Sang family bonus, something called a Blood Lily. This is brand new. Start of each turn, each Fleur de Sang character marks the enemy with the highest remaining HP with a Blood Lily. And that Blood Lily, you can get up to 10 for a 10 stack, damages the target with 10 damage per turn. And then the Fleur de Sang characters on the opposing team gain the amount of damage dealt as health divided equally between them. And that's pretty good. It is, so you're getting a little teeny tiny bit of health. That damage seems very, very low, reminiscent of like all those super elemental gems from long ago. But because it stacks, and as we look further along her special skill, these blood lilies will become more and more important. So we let them rack up, and you're going to be gaining a lot of health back, and you'll be damaging the character for even more. Let's look at how. The passive for this family, Sanguine Mark, all damage from normal attacks and special skills dealt by this character is increased by 5% per Blood Lily stack on the target. So if we max 10, if you actually get 10 stacks on a target, they're just going to have 50% increased damage, tiles, slash attacks, special skills. Pretty crazy. This is all pretty good without even looking at the special skill. So let's look at the special skill, Unholy Power. Average speed deals 270% damage to all enemies. 270 to all, not bad. She's got a huge attack stat. So that's very good. All allies are immune to new negative mana effects for 4 turns. I don't believe that includes mana reductions like your Fergus and your Hrothgar, but that does include mana generation down from folks like all of the moths and that moth dust. So you're immune to that for 4 turns once she fires her special skill. For the next 4 turns, deals 135% damage to all enemies marked with a blood lily at the end of each turn. Wow. Okay. So first of all, you're getting 10 per turn, and that's going to increase. Then you're going to increase by 5% per blood lily, just the damage that you get. Now, so she's average speed. You're going to take about 5 turns to get her special skill up and running. I don't know. Maybe you're lucky to get it in 3. Whatever. Then you're going to be like every character is going to have at least 1 blood lily. Let's just say there's 1 on each. So then you're dealing 270% damage to all enemies, plus another 540% damage to all over the next 4 turns. This is huge damage. And that stacks up because of this plus 5% damage received. Huge damage. Guillemette is going to be a monster. Congratulations if you get her. Okay, I can't go too slow here. Let's keep on trucking. Elyzabel de Tuilleres is a 5-star red druid. This is the same. If you double limit break her, she gets Fiend Resist, which used to be like the worst ether talent, and now is quite handy against all of those vegetables. Her stats are more evenly balanced between attack and defense. Let's just jump in and look at this special skill, Precious Pet's average speed. 465% damage to the target and nearby enemies. All allies are immune to new effects that prevent the use of special skills for 4 turns. So, mindless attack, nope. Especially silence from Sonjang and from Ceres, who are still very, very prevalent in the meta as tanks or just somewhere in those defense teams. Once she fires her special skill, they're not going to have any effect. Damage only. Pretty awesome. Summons a Sanguine bat minion for all allies with 25% HP and 30% attack inherited from the caster. And the target hit by the Sanguine bat minion is marked with a blood lily. And the same thing about the blood lily from earlier on. You can get up to 10 on a character. It gives them some bleed damage, and it increases the damage they're taking overall. I think between the two, I like Guillemette more, although she seems like a lot of fun as well. Ludovico is a 5-star blue cleric, a more defensive family, more defensive class, and when we look at his special skill, he is recovering 20% health for all allies. So yeah, he's more of a defensive, he's a healer, yeah. Fiend Resist ether talent as well. So these heroes are particularly made to counter some of the strongest heroes in the game. Countering veggies, countering silencers. These heroes will be highly, highly sought after. Very even on the health and attack and defense here. And his special skill is Exquisite Victuals. Fast speed, 20% health for all allies. That's not much. But for each stack of the Blood Lily effect on enemies, boosts health of all allies by 30, up to 900 boosted health in total. Can't exceed max HP. Ooh. All allies are immune to new fiends for 3 turns. Cleanses status ailments from all allies. He's doing a lot, and I think he'll be a great counter to the veggies in particular. His first firing at fast speed can just help resist those veggie fiends. His second firing, now the enemies are going to have more blood lily stacks, so that boosted health is going to be really, really helpful. He's going to be a sleeper of a healer hero that will come in very handy in longer battles for sure. I like him quite a bit. Ludovico, excellent healer. On the surface, just 20% health for all allies is, I think, misleading. He's better than that. Okay, let's take a look at who else is offered here in the portal. The Morlovia new heroes include Edwin's costume. I never liked Edwin that much, but they definitely buffed him between the original and the costume. Original was 250% damage to all enemies at fast speed. Now it's 265. Both sides of the card can bypass defensive buffs. Both sides of the card enemies can't get their status ailments cleansed or reallocated by special skills for 3 turns. What made him underwhelming on this side was that he didn't give an ailment, so it kind of didn't matter. They fixed that. They gave him a nice bleed damage ailment. All enemies receive 1,008 bleed damage over 4 turns, and you can't cleanse that away. So, original Edwin, not so good. New Edwin, I think is going to be great. Ooh, excuse me. Plus this new costume bonus, I think they increased it up to 38% bonus of attack, defense, health, 5% mana bonus. Going to be great. Morlovia family, of course, gets a mana generation bonus, 369. Damn she fine. For 1, 2, 3 heroes. Also a chance to steal buffs. They have a 65% chance to steal the newest dispellable buff from a random enemy that has buffs. If no enemy has buffs, deals 150% damage to all enemies. So yeah, Edwin used to be pretty horrible. Now, I like Edwin. He's going to be a good hero. Let's go in and look at some more. We have Hortensia, brand new Morlovia hero, 1243 team power, sitting high on attack and defense, a little bit lower relatively on health, but still pretty evenly matched. She does the Fiend Resist as well as an Ether talent. Man, they are going all in on countering the Fiends. Let's see what she does exactly. Carnivore Garden is average speed special skill, and check her out. She's got like Little Shop of Horrors, Venus flytrap stuff going on. Pretty awesome. Destroys all minions from the target and nearby enemies. This effect damages Mega Minions. Okay. Mega Minions still running strong. The regular minions, I think they're trying to bring them back. They're just not that prevalent. But, they just keep trying to introduce new heroes that are bringing the minions back. So, that first bullet point will become stronger, I think, as the game rolls on and we start reintroducing regular minions into the game. Reintroducing them anyway. Okay, so after destroying minions, 430% damage to the target and nearby. Plus the target and nearby get a fly trap fiend, absorbing 45% of the target's max health in healing. That's a pretty beefy fiend. That's a good number. When summoned, the Flytrap Fiend reduces max health of its target by 65 each turn. Effect is stronger against targets with boosted health, so that'll double. And that effect lasts as long as the target has the Flytrap Fiend. Can't be cleansed. Okay, so the minion thing will work sometimes, but, I don't put her on defense because you don't know who you're going to face, and you just don't bring minions or mega minions against her, and then most of her special skill is gone. Well, okay. You will rarely take advantage of her entire special skill. Just plain minions will be wiped, and then they get a fiend. So if you've got that kind of team you're facing, she'll be handy. If they don't have minions, then the first bullet point is moot, that they will get fiend. If they have mega minions, she'll damage those mega minions, but they won't get the flytrap fiends, because those mega minions will say, nope, we're sticking around. So a little clumsy, but not a bad hero. You just have to realize, you can't, you'll rarely take advantage of her entire special skill in one firing. But she does a lot of interesting stuff here. That's Hortensia out and in, and let's see who else is here. Annabelle gets a costume. Let's do this quick. 45% health for all allies, plus 2% per remove status effect. 43%, so down by 2%, but you increase that by 1% on each removed status effect. 3% health, so you can get 73% health recovery in total. This was 65 total. Plus, you're just getting that big costume bonus. I think Annabelle costume is the side you want to use. Alucard is not new, but he's there and he's refeatured with costume. Who else is here? Oh, I'm back in the seasonal summon. That's why it looks funny. Here we go. Now we get to these other Sanguine heroes, Fleur de Sang family. Tuilleres, 4-star. I'll do it quick. Fast speed, 220% damage to the target, and an additional 180% damage to all enemies marked with a blood lily. I assume that could double up. If you target somebody with a blood lily, you get 220 and then 180. Plus, all enemies marked with a blood lily receive 300 bleed damage over 3 turns. So this blood lily thing is, at first glance seems very small, but they really stack a lot of stuff in the passive and in the special skill to make those blood lilies really strong. Nice. That's Tuilleres, good 4-star. And then we have little teeny Eumatius, 3-star little green sorcerer. I think, okay, you still get 5% per blood lily, but this blood lily is going to be 4 damage per turn. I think the 4 stars are 6 damage per turn. So that's neither here nor there. Let's look at this special skill, Mischievous Flourish, fast speed, 475% damage to the enemy with the highest remaining HP. And the enemy that had the highest remaining HP is marked with a blood lily. Even at 3-star level, I think you could do a little bit more, even though it's fast speed. But it's not bad. Yeah, 475% damage is not a huge snipe. And, his attack stat, pretty big, 941. Man, that used to be 5-star. That used to be 5-star level attack stat. Oh, crazy. All right. Those are the heroes, I think. Did I miss anybody? No. I'm going to eventually do some summons, but you can earn them in here. With every 10 that you do, you get 1 summon over here. Plus, there is this... Whoops. Come on. What is going on? Plus, there is this Sanguine Feast, where if you jump in there, you will earn more free pulls. But yeah, if you can afford it, you definitely want to go in and see what you can do with these Sanguine heroes. They're going to be excellent. Let me know down below if you have any luck, what you think about the heroes. And whew, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in.